people for merits other than their means of communication rise the ranks.
Yeah.
And then find themselves in this awkward position of, well, now different camera lenses are on me.
Right. What do I do?
How
do I
why
perform?
aren't people connecting with me in the way that I've always thought they do?
Yeah. I was always good at telling a really good joke, and now I'm in front of the whole of the British public.
Yeah.
My jokes seem to, the context has changed.
Right.
And so the behaviors that you did there that got you to this point, they may not get you to the next point. And you've got a whole bunch of people who are going, well, be authentic, be authentic. It's like, well, that authenticity got me so far.
Yeah.
And now, so am I meant to be not authentic? And I'll be there going, you're just a much wider, bigger person than you thought you were. And so we now need to allow you to express more about yourself. That authenticity that you thought you had, you were just skimming the surface of what's possible for you.
Yeah.
And so now the context has changed. Let's grow into the context. But it's not like we're growing new stuff. We're just going to reveal more stuff. And so to your point, I think that a lot of the behaviors have been assumptive ones. It's like, well, we assume because it's always worked, and that's, I think, the society that we're in. If I do this, that would be right for this kind of role. And then they change role, or the circumstance change, the context changes, and they go, but when I do what I've done, I assumed that would work for this, and it doesn't. You know, what's happened? Have I lost my mojo? Have I, am I just not set out for this?
Yeah.
I mean, they're so charismatic.
Right. I'm
what
becoming
about-
a vegan.
right, exactly.
It's the beef.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll stop doing this. I'll start doing this.
Yeah.
It's so one of the things I do is get people to question their assumptions about what's needed.
Yeah.
And often that's the fix. It's like, well, so one thought experiment I'll use with people is, imagine there were no prizes and punishment. Imagine you weren't going to be fined for what you do, and you weren't going to win anything.
Right.
What would you do in this situation? What would you do? And it's usually the punishment thing that they've gone, okay, so they've started suppressing themselves. And they'll go, well, I mean, I'd just do this. I'd just do whatever. And you go, well, that sounds great.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? And then they'll go, but you can't do that. And I go, well, I could. So are you saying you physically or mentally can't do it? You have some kind of impairment to doing this? I mean, you imagined it being done.
Right.
So you know that it's possible for a human being to do it, else how would you have imagined it? Yeah. What you haven't seen is yourself do it. Maybe you've never seen anybody do it.
Yeah.
But I bet people have done it. You just haven't seen them do it. And I'm telling you right now, if I thought I could get the result that I needed by doing that, I would do that and pay the penalty for doing it. So it sounds like there's a penalty to you doing this, or you believe there's a penalty. So which one is it? Do you believe there's a penalty? Is there a real penalty? And then they'll either go, oh yeah, actually there is a penalty. You go, okay, well, what's it cost? What's the cost? Well, what's the fine for doing this? And then they'll go, well, the fine is that, these people will say this about me, and these people won't like it. It's like, okay, so I get that. So what's the prize? So now let's weigh the penalty against the prize and go, do you want to